The continued failure in the duty of the Hogan administration, it's far-reaching by not hiring the proper amount of corrections officers, parole and probation agents, drink and driving monitors, state highway administration, MVA, social services. All of these are positions that need to be filled appropriately.
Citizens aren't getting the services because we don't have enough staff.
Staffing crisis has never been like this my whole career. People are mandated to work 16-hour shifts every day.
The staffing shortage right now, that actually affects staff's safety as well as the patient safety. And then in the long run, it affects the community safety.
We do the best that we can, but when we're short-staffed, we're unable to provide that support. So that affects our youth because they're feeling that no one cares about me. That's when you have a lot of our youths who wind up being incarcerated.
Everyone that comes into prison deserves a second chance.
If you don't have a good program for them, that means you're just bringing them back straight to the prison system.
There's no real support there at the correctional facility to get the education they need to come out of there, so it ends up going right back into the same cycle of corrections to the street, then back to corrections, and the state ends up paying for it again, and the citizens have to pay for it again and again.
When we were able to help folks and reduce the recidivism, it was because we had proper staffing, and we're not able to do that right now.
The lack of security and safety at the state hospitals is appalling. We've got patients who are severely psychiatrically ill, paranoid, delusional, hearing voices, and all of a sudden they come into our unit in shackles. The police take off the shackles, take off the leg irons, and then they're walking around our unit, 25 patients with no security whatsoever.
I've had 2 broken noses, contusions to both elbows, a scratched cornea, a broken foot, and a broken thumb.
We have a very high turnover rate in Prince George County child support, particularly in our enforcement department. And when we are not able to enforce that party to pay the child support, it means that us taxpayers end up having to be the ones to provide financially for these single-parent homes.
The Maryland Department of Agriculture is responsible for making sure that the food is safe, that the animals are well taken care of, that the water is clean. The last 5 years, I've been expected to do the work of 3 people plus trained people continuously. And the customer service to my farmers or the community in general suffer.
We can either pay for the staffing now that we know we need, or pay a lot more when the problems are bigger and we can't solve them.
We are one of the wealthiest states in the nation. We have the resources here to meet family needs. We just have to have the will among our administration to do the job that people elected them and or they got appointed to do, and that is to serve the interests of all the people of Maryland equally.
The good news is that we actually have the opportunity to solve this problem. And by this problem, I mean the staffing crisis in Maryland. And if the state government, if the Maryland General Assembly and the governor take action now, they have the opportunity to make sure that all Marylanders who come to state government for the provision of services across the board receive the services that they need.
We are dedicated state employees. We are proud of what we do, and we do our work very well, but we need your help.
Maryland deserves better.
Maryland deserves better.